Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight at Memorial Stadium. My name is Tanner Gregory. My colleague's name is Braden Ward. Braden, we've got a great matchup tonight. Not only a rivalry game, but a district title on the line. Winner takes all.
Yeah, it's each of these teams have locked up a bye in the first round of the playoffs, but regardless of what's on the line district-wise, it's the Highway 97 rivalry. The Chieftains have traveled 11 miles, very short trip, and looking to win their first district championship in a very, very long time. And Sand Springs, despite their recent success, haven't won a district championship since 1997. So, big matchup here tonight.
Absolutely. This game will be the 100th rivalry played between these two teams. Just an awesome rivalry in itself, but when you add district title implications on the line, obviously it amps up everything a little bit more. Both these teams are the only two undefeated teams left in 6A2 on the east and west side. So great matchup tonight between these two teams. But let's recap it like we always do, Braden. Obviously, a great program-defining win for the Chieftains last week against Muskogee. What did you see that you loved from that game from the Chieftains?
Well, what was there not to love for the Chieftains, really? I mean, out-schemed, out-played, out-hustled the Muskogee Roughers. And that was, like you said, a program-defining win and was the first step that Coach Tim Holt's looking to get this team to be a contender each year here in 6A2 and not just a team that makes an arrival in the playoffs.
Absolutely. You know, and people will say, oh, that was a fluke win. There was nothing fluky about that win. They dominated it from the first possession to the very end. And the most impressive thing for me about that win was last week is when things went wrong with the fumble on the 1-yard line, you know, they responded really well the rest of that game. Didn't let them get them off track. So we're going to pause here for the national anthem. We'll step aside. You're listening to Chieftain TV on 99.9 FM, ESPN Tulsa, and Chieftain TV. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and AM 1550, 99.9 FM, ESPN Tulsa. My name is Tanner Gregory. My colleague's name is Braden Ward. The captains have taken the field here, Braden, for the 100th Highway 97 meeting between Sapulpa and Sand Springs. And what a game we've got to bring to you tonight.
Yeah, and you got blue unis, the blue out from the Chieftains, and then the gold out or yellow out from the Sandites. So, man, blue meets yellow here tonight.
So let's get into this matchup tonight, Braden. Obviously, Sand Springs has a talented quarterback. They're a pass-first team. And Sapulpa's defense has been stout all year, only giving up 14 points a game and holding their opponent to under 200 yards of total offense. What are some key matchups for this Chieftain defense that you like against the Sand Springs offense?
Well, I think it starts with, you mentioned Sand Springs passing game. Quarterback Easton Webb is a really, really good player, a very prolific pocket passer, is mobile as well. The key for the Chieftains is going to be to get pressure on him, speed him up, cause him to make a mistake or two, force him to throw the ball out of bounds. The Chieftains pass rush with Deshaun Coach, Camden George, all those guys, they really cycle in 5 or 6 different guys who can get after you. I think that's where the Chieftains could have the most success, cause a turnover, and make this a game that is a favorable outcome for them.
Absolutely, and you touched on the turnovers. Every big game that goes on every weekend, no matter what level it is, high school, college, or NFL, you talk about the turnover battle, and you talk about the ability to establish the run. And I think the team that's able to do that tonight is the team that walks out of here with a win. Sapulpa offensively has been really good on the ground. They're a run-first team. They're going to keep forcing Deshaun Koch and Levi Jensen and Michael Bennett. You'll see him mixed in at the tailback position. They average 175 yards on the ground. And with that, three-back combo, I think Sapulpa can really open up some things on the ground against the Sand Springs defense. But not only that, you can't talk about the offense without talking about Braddock's Broughton and what he's done the last 4 weeks as he's gotten healthy and, found Bryce Curran and Landon Barber and Jackson Stone. Those guys are really starting to come along. What have you liked from Braddock's this season as he's gotten healthy over the last 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah, we saw him as a sophomore last year play all 12 games for the Chieftains. Like you mentioned, battled an injury earlier in the season, has come back, really is feeling 100% now, and his play has shown that. When he has time, and that's going to be key for the Chieftains, at times they've struggled to protect him. When he has time, he can deliver the ball down the field. He can make the short throws. He can make everything you want from your quarterback. He's just not super mobile. He wants to be in the pocket and dissect the defense, which has really been impressive when he has time.
Absolutely, and Sapulpa did win the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So Sand Springs will start out with the ball, and that'll lead us to our key players for Sand Springs. They have a talented linebacker, Brock Odell, number 3, middle linebacker, who leads 6A2 in tackles. Him and Jace McIntosh have traded place for first place in tackles all season long. But offensively, it starts with the quarterback, Easton Webb.
Yeah, and he's got a big target on the outside. Number 2, Dom Forbes, is really a prolific wide receiver for the Sandites. He can run just about every route in the combo tree, which is really rare. Not necessarily a burner, but just a really good route runner. And if the ball hits him in his hands, he's going to catch it. So they'll utilize him down the field. They'll utilize him in the short passing game. They'll throw screens to him. They're going to try to get him involved as much as they can because they know he's their best player.
Absolutely. And their running backs, they've got 2 running backs, Tristan Birmingham and Chavez Williams, that will mix it up with the carries. Tristan Birmingham, he's a shifty, speedy back. Chavez is more of the downhill power back. But Sapulpa has done a really good job shutting down the run, and I would expect that to continue tonight. Now let's talk about the key players, Braden, for Sapulpa tonight. Coming into this rivalry game, who are you looking to have a big game on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, that's kind of been the thing for the Chieftains. It's been different guys at different times. Earlier in the year, it was Jackson Stone. He went down with injury. We saw Landon Barber have a big week last week. It's really whoever – it's kind of a next man up mentality, and they've got several talented receivers who can get open and who can make people miss in space. The challenge, again, is going to be giving Braddock's time to deliver them the ball in favorable positions.
Absolutely, and obviously on the defensive side of the ball, you hit on some of the keys to stopping Sand Springs offense tonight and who that's going to come down to. But I want to talk about a player specifically tonight. Messiah Fielder battled against a really talented receiver that Muskogee had in Beasley last week. Oh, yeah. Lost some of those battles, but stayed with it. Ended up getting the interception later in the game.
Yeah.
Sapulpa's secondary, Braden, 3 out of 4 guys in Sapulpa's secondary is 6 foot or taller. We got a lot of length, a lot of depth. Those guys are physical. They're not afraid to come up and tackle. But Messiah Fielder, I think tonight, is going to have a big bounce-back game from last week. He was in good position in all those plays, but I was just really impressed with his mental fortitude when it came to sticking with it. Obviously going up against a tough matchup in Beasley last week, and I don't think Sand Springs has anybody like as talented as that guy was. But again, they're going to try to push the ball downfield and make plays and make guys miss. So we're about 3 minutes away from kickoff, and we're going to step aside for just a short break. When we come back, we'll look at the 6A2 rankings and try to predict some potential playoff matchups, as Sand Springs and Sapulpa both have bye weeks going into next week. So we'll have to see. The first round of playoffs will be next week. We'll see who could beat some potential teams that will play next week. Well, you're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa.
Well, welcome back. We're about a minute and a half from kickoff, and I believe the Sandites will get the ball first. Is that correct?
That's correct. Sapulpa won the toss, and they've elected to defer to the second half. The Chieftains have taken the field. A good turnout here from the Chieftains, traveling up Highway 97 to watch this battle tonight for a district title championship. The last one that Sapulpa won, I believe, is in 1984, and Sand Springs has not won one since 1997. But we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and our radio listeners for tuning in on AM 1550 and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. Again, my name's Tanner Gregory. My colleague's name's Braden Ward. We're less than a minute away from kickoff tonight, and we recapped the game earlier. Let's look at some potential playoff matchups in 2 weeks from now, Braden. Obviously, it's going to come down to the Piedmont and Putnam City game out west. I think, it's safe to say you'll probably be playing a third or fourth seed, which could be Choctaw, Piedmont, or Putnam City at home in 2 weeks for Sapulpa.
Yeah, any one of those, to be honest, would be challenges for the Chieftains, but one that they're very capable of being competitive and winning that game against any of those three. Obviously, we played Choctaw in the playoffs last year. Very different team that Jake Corbin has in Choctaw. Very different team that the Chieftains have here this year. But nonetheless, we've got Highway 97 and a district championship tonight, and that's where the focus is at. And, wow, it could be a really, really good ball game, Tanner.
Absolutely. So the Chieftain defense will get their opportunity tonight as Sand Springs is about to take the field. They'll get the opportunity first as Jack Madden's going to kick us off tonight. And we talked a little bit about it, but, Deshaun Koch has been just an absolute maniac of a player, offensively, defensively. I mean, he plays anything from defensive tackle to running back.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He is just tough. He's big, physical, fast, and can really, I'm sure we've seen him take snaps at quarterback. He plays defensive line. He carries the football. Just really a leader, heart and soul for this Chieftain team. And they've got a lot of guys like that. It's not just him. I think one of the things that you and I have both been a little bit surprised by is they've had a really good depth this year, which being the smallest school population-wise in 6A2, that's kind of a surprise, and that's a pleasant surprise for sure.
Well, it speaks to the coaching staff and what those guys have been able to do, led by Coach Tim Holt, to develop the younger players. I mean, earlier in the year, we had 3 sophomores starting on the offensive line. They've gotten some guys back that have been healthy. Jarrett Hammer can't speak enough about how important it was to get him back in this lineup. I mean, they dominated the line of scrimmage last week against a talented Muskogee defensive line.
Yeah, one thing about head coach Tim Holt, he's really smart. If you lighten the box and you only put 5 or 6 guys, he's going to run the football. He's going to make you stop it. If you load the box, we've got a talented quarterback and very talented receivers who can challenge you down the field. But they really want to use the run to set up the pass. We've seen that all year. They want to have a run game and be able to go play action and hit you deep. Similar scheme from Sand Springs, a little more spread. So you'll see a lot of 4 wide, 5 wide for the Sandites tonight. So that'll present a little bit of a challenge for the Chiefs in defense, but nothing that they haven't seen before.
Absolutely. Braden, let's get into the keys to tonight's game for the Chieftains to come out here, be district title champions, take the trophy back down the highway, and what a party tonight it would be in Sapulpa if the Chieftains are able to pull this off. What are tonight's keys to the game, Braden, for the Chieftains to walk out of here with a win?
Yeah, I think it's take care of the football in a high-octane, highly emotional, already words being exchanged. These kids have grown up together. They know each other. You're just 10, 11 miles apart. That's key. At the end of the day, it's a football game. You got to execute, and you've got to trust the work that you put into this to get to this point in the season for both teams. So some pregame antics here.
Absolutely. As Sand Springs takes the field, meets Sapulpa at the 50-yard line, and that's what you got to love about a rivalry. This game's going to be chippy at times. Obviously, you got to be smart. You can't cost your team any 15-yard penalties, dead ball, personal fouls, or anything like that. But I would expect you're probably going to see a few of those tonight. We played in this game several times, Braden. You know how it is. It's a heated rivalry, and especially, I don't think, and I could be wrong, but I don't believe the Highway 97 rivalry has been played at the end of the year for a district title championship.
That's correct. It's never been, the stakes have never been higher for a Highway 97 rivalry game. And, man, we've got 2 really good teams. Two very, very good defenses going to square off here tonight.
So both teams are getting ready to take the field. Sapulpa will kick off to the Sandites first. They've got a really speedy returner, Tristan Birmingham, the running back.
Yeah,
but I doubt Sapulpa will kick it deep to them, as they like to normally kick that pooch kick to around the 30, 35-yard line.
Yeah, you'll see that pooch kick, and fully expect to see on the first or second drive that Sand Springs has some sort of trick play.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a flea flicker, a double pass, they always have that in their arsenal, and I'm sure they've saved some for this matchup here tonight.
Jack Madden is out to kick for the Chieftains from the 35-yard line. They'll be kicking from left to right, as we've got a great crowd here on both sides for the 100th meeting between the Sapulpa Chieftains and the Sand Springs Sandites. And you can feel the energy in the stadium, Braden. There's not much like this, right?
Little extra juice tonight for sure.
And Sapulpa kicks it off. It's an end-over-end kick, caught at the 20 by Sand Springs. He cuts it up to the middle. He's got a hole there, Braden.
Oh, he's got
Jack
it.
Madden is the last man to beat him, and he makes the tackle.
Woo.
A touchdown-saving tackle from the state champion qualifier, Jack Madden, making a statement in tonight's game.
Yeah, Jack's a kicker, but a really, really talented wrestler. Would surprise people. Not the biggest guy, but he can tackle, and he makes a great tackle.
And he let
there.
him know about it, Braden.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Well, Sand Springs will start with good field position. They'll get the ball at the 47-yard line as Easton Webb comes out with Chavez Williams in the backfield. They come out in a spread formation with an H-back in the game. Sapulpa has 4 guys in the line of scrimmage. They send a man in motion. It's a high snap. It's jet sweep. He catches it, trying to get to the outside. He's going to be brought down by Jackson Mills.
Yeah, good job by the Chieftain defense stringing that play out, making him have to go way wide, and it's only a gain of 1. Good job there from the perimeter.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Sandites as they start with good field position tonight. Great tackle there from Jackson Mills getting across the field.
Yeah, you noted little trouble with the snap there. That might be big number 65, Camden George in the middle. Always a problem.
Sandites come out in a trips formation, bunch to the boundary. They send Forbes in motion. And Forbes will be the lone man to the field side. Easton takes snap, hands it off, looking for a hole at the middle. Met in the backfield. He's going to be stood up by a host of Chieftains.
Good job by the Chieftain defense. 2 plays in a row, defending the run well. Disciplined Chieftain defense led by defense coordinator Braxton Waters, who's just been awesome in his whole time here at Sapulpa.
Great play there from Jace McIntosh. It's kind of a rivalry for him tonight, going up against Brock Odell, the other linebacker for the Sandites.
Two of the best linebackers in 6A2.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Sandites. Ball's on the 48-yard line. They like to roll Easton out of the pocket here. We'll see if they elect to do that. They come out with the trips right formation.
Yeah, keep an eye on a flood concept here. Looking to hit something.
And they send a man in motion. It's Forbes. Chieftains are showing pressure. They bail out, only rush 3. Easton looks left. He's flushed out of the pocket.
Oh, good coverage.
Cam's in pursuit of him. He gets to the edge, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds short. Looks like he might have got 6 yards there. That'll bring up a 4th and 3.
Oh, wow. And they're going to go. You're going to see that from the Sandites tonight. 4th and short, they're going to go for it.
Caden Worthing checks into the game for the Sandites.
And we're all at 2 minutes in, and we've got a big 4th down here.
So it'll be 4th and 3 for the Sandites. They're across midfield. Ball's on the 46, right hash. They come out in a trips bunch formation. Everybody close to the line of scrimmage, and they shift to the other side to the boundary. Easton takes a snap. It's a halfback toss to the outside. And he's going to be tackled short of the line of gain.
I don't think he got there. Good job by the Chieftain defense. What a way to start.
And that's a quick 3 and out for the Chieftain defense, as the Chieftain offense will come out onto the field for the first time tonight. Great job from the Chieftains there. They only rushed 3. Were still able to get pressure. Had good coverage downfield on that 3rd down, forcing the 4th down.
And I like the play design there from the Sandites. It looked like it was going to be enough for a 1st down, but Chieftain defense closes quick.
So the Chieftain offense will come out with good field position. Ball's on the 44-yard line. They come out with a 2-back set, 2 receivers to the boundary. Braddock takes a snap, looks handoff to Levi. It's play action pass. He's got a man open. It's Bryce Curran. And it's going to be caught. And he's going to go down to the 4-yard line.
No flags. What a way to start for the Chieftain offense and defense. And this is a key here. Getting the ball inside the 10, inside the red zone. Finishing the drive, scoring a touchdown.
And that's good for a 51-yard gain to start out. Braddock's brought into Bryce Curran taking a deep shot. Bryce just absolutely outran the Sandyke secondary.
Yeah, there's that play action and great protection.
And the Chieftains will come out with the ball on the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. 2-back set, Levi the tailback next to Braddock's. Same formation for the Chieftains. Braddock's takes snap, hands it off to Levi, cuts it outside, met immediately, is going to be tackled for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, this is where it sometimes gets tough for the Chieftain offense is punching the ball in. Keep an eye. We'll see if we see number 10, Deshaun Coach, come into the ball game as he is the most physical running back for the Chieftains.
Well, I love the first play call there from head coach Tim Holt, taking a deep shot, taking the top off the defense. That'll set up the run game later in the game. And Michael Bennett will check into the game for Levi. It'll be Bryce Curran and Landon Barber out to the field side, out wide. Logan Mason, the tight end. Jackson Stone, the lone receiver in the boundary. Ball on the 6-yard line. Braddock takes the snap, looks hand off to Michael.
Pass interference.
So it was a read option play.
I thought maybe we would get pass interference there on the Sandykes defensive back.
It's going to be incomplete, so it looked like the Sand Springs corner had Jackson Stone wrapped up.
It was wrapped all around it.
Right in front of the official's face, but no flags. So that'll bring up a 3rd and goal for the Chieftains. Ball is on the 6-yard line.
We're a long ways up here, but that sure looked like
It looked like a tackle to me. The read option play there as they try to hit Jackson Stone on the slant route. So here we go. 3rd and goal, ball on the 6-yard line. 2-back set. Rylan Watson, Michael Bennett in the backfield of Braddock's. Braddock's motions out. They go to the Wildcat formation. And we got the play blown dead here. We'll see if Sand Springs elects to take a timeout. And they do.
Yeah, I think that was going to be a trick play from the Chieftains.
So we'll step aside. You're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa.
Welcome back, and again, thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV, 99.9 FM ESPN Radio, and a 3rd down and goal upcoming for the Chieftains after the big play on the first play from scrimmage from Braddock's. And again, this is maybe where the game is going to be won and lost, is when these teams get down here in the goal line. Are they able to punch it in? We saw the Chieftains be able to do that last week against Muskogee, and Muskogee was unable to, and that was a big factor in that game becoming a blowout.
So Sand Springs called the timeout. Both teams are back out on the field now. Chieftains come out in a pistol look. Ball on the 6-yard line, 3rd and goal. Got to have some points here, Braden. They shift. Yeah. Michael Bennett in the backfield with Braddock's.
Keep an eye on number 2, Landon Barber, in the slot here.
Braddock's takes a snap. It looks right. He throws it to Michael Bennett, who catches it. He's going to be pushed out at the 1.
He's going to be a little short.
Pushed out at the 1. This is probably 4-down territory, I imagine, for the Chieftains. We'll see what they elect to do, but keep an eye to see if they bring in Deshaun Koch here to finish this drive off. Ball's on the 1-yard line. Chieftains are going for it.
They're going to go quickly.
Braddock's in the backfield. It's a hard count. Sandites don't jump. They look to the sideline for the play, and it's going to be a timeout here for Sapulpa.
Whew.
Important play here, Braden, for the Chieftains. They've got 1 yard to go. You got to punch it in here.
Yeah,
You've got to punch it in.
I think I would go direct snap to Deshaun Koch and let the big bruiser just go downhill and see what you can do. I mean, obviously you'd love to punch this in, but even if, worst case scenario, you don't get it, Sand Springs has to start on their own, inside their own 5.
Right. And kicking a field goal from this close with a left-footed kicker is kind of a tough angle.
Yeah,
so, you almost have to go for it here if you're the Chieftains. And after the way this drive started, I almost think that's the only way to go. Punch this in and take strike first here in the 100th meeting between Sapulpa and Sand Springs. But what a drive to start out for the Chieftains. We'll see if they're able to cap it off with some points. 8 minutes left to go here in the first quarter as the Sandites are coming back out onto the field. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. Great ball game here tonight. A lot of energy from both crowds. Sapulpa travels well. And here we go. As Chieftains come back out on the field. Ball on the 1-yard line. Got to have it here. 4th and goal. And Braddock's looks like he's going to be under center here.
He might sneak it.
We'll see if they do the quarterback sneak. And they do. Braddock takes a snap. We got flags flying before the snap. Looks like this might be too many men on the field for the Chieftains. And it is.
That's tough.
We're going to say illegal substitution. That's really tough there. That'll back it up to the 6-yard line.
I think now they might kick the field goal now.
And it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. So tough penalty there. Backs them up 5 yards. It's 4th and goal. Chieftains are looking to the sidelines for the play. They come out with trips right. Levi at tailback.
Number 1, Jackson Stone on the short side of the field. I think he's going to have man-to-man. That's probably where they're going to go with the football.
Braddock takes a snap. He looks left, right to
There
Jackson
it is.
Stone. He throws a back shoulder fade and it's caught. Touchdown, Chieftains.
That is the man himself. Number 1, Jackson Stone.
Great throw and catch. It was a back shoulder
Wow.
fade. Jackson Stone just went up over the DB and took it.
Hey, I'll tell you what. That's a matchup you'll take 10 times out of 10. Jackson's a good route runner, physical route runner, great hands.
So the Chieftains strike first to take a 6-0 lead with 8 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Jack Madden out to kick. Carter Mosquito the holder. Logan Mason the snapper. Snaps away. It's a high snap over his head.
Get on it.
Jack Madden just going to have to fall on top of it, and he does. So that'll be no good for the Chieftains. But they do strike first, take the 6-0 lead over the Sandites with 8 minutes left to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us tonight at Memorial Stadium. Thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV and AM 1550 and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. Chieftains strike first here with 8 minutes left to go in the first quarter and lead 6-0 on a good 56-yard drive capped off with a touchdown pass from Braddock Broughton to Jackson Stone. And Jack Madden's out to kick this ball away from the 40. He kicks it off, end over end kick. Going to be caught at the 21. Tries to cut it up to the middle, looking for a hole. It's going to be tackled by Caden Smith at the 32-yard line.
Great job by the Chieftain kickoff team, and they're going to throw a flag on that.
Well, this is going to be holding on the Chieftains. So that'll move them up 10 yards. I believe. They're looking to see.
I don't know. I
this
think
might be against Sand Springs, actually.
I think it's going to be unnecessary roughness on the Chieftains, Tanner.
And we'll see what the official elects to call here. It's going to be a hold on the Sandites, so that'll back them up 10 yards and put the ball at the 23-yard line. So everything working well here for the Chieftains. They got the 3 and out on the first drive with a 4th down stop. Take the ball all the way down the field off a deep shot, 51-yard touchdown or 51-yard pass from Braddock Broughton to Bryce Curran. Everything working well so far. So the Sandites will take over on the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Sandites didn't get the ball to number 2, Dom Forbes, last drive. Look for them to try to get him the football here.
It's a 2-back set with Birmingham next to Webb. Webb takes a snap, looks to hand off, play action, quick screen, throws it, got a man, but nowhere to go.
Great job.
Might have got a 1-yard gain, but I think they're going to call Sandites for holding here.
I think they are, and it's a good call. It was a great job by the Chieftain cornerback. Help me out here, Tanner. Who was that? Just did a phenomenal job getting outside of his block and blowing up that screen.
I think that was Michael Bennett, actually.
And I think he got held.
Oh, they're going to call it against the Chieftains. You don't see that every day.
Pass interference?
It's a screen pass.
It's a screen pass. I think that's the first time
Unbelievable.
I've seen
Horrible
that
call.
one.
Horrible call from the officials there. That's a screen pass. The receiver's blocking, and they call the Chieftains for pass interference, so that'll move the chains for the Sandites.
I'm shocked.
2-back set. Birmingham in the game at tailback. Man in motion from right to left. Webb takes a snap, looks handed off. He does. Birmingham tries to cut it up the middle, and he gets about 3 yards, maybe 4.
Yeah, Michael Bennett needs to play that screen the same way all night.
And the Sandites go quick here. Same formation. They go hard count. Sapulpa doesn't jump. Webb looks at the sideline for the call. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Sandites. Ball at the 38-yard line. Webb takes a snap, looks to hand it off. He does. Birmingham cuts it to the outside, but he's met by Michael Bennett just on the other side of the first down marker. So that'll be a first down for the Sandites as they get the ball to the 46-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 45. So the Chieftains are doing a good job of initially blowing up where the run's supposed to go. Birmingham just cut that one back and found a little bit of space. And they come out in trips right here. Webb takes a snap, looks hand off, pulls it, play action.
He dropped it.
So they try to go the RPO there with a slant route, and it was thrown a little bit behind the intended target, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Sandites.
Yeah, there was pressure off the edge. Number 4, Michael Bennett, might have thrown off the arm angle for Easton Webb there and caused that incompletion.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Sandites. They stay in the 2-back set. Chavez Williams into the game at tailback. They send a man in motion. Takes a snap. He rolls out right, looking downfield. Being pressured by Demarion McKinney, and he's got to throw the ball away. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Great coverage there. They wanted to slip number 2, Dom Forbes, in the flat and get him the ball quickly, and the Chieftains were all over it.
Man, the speed from McKinney there to get after Easton Webb and force him out of the pocket was impressive.
Yeah, you and I felt like coming into this game, the Chieftains were the faster football team overall, and that's going to need to be the case.
They'll bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Sandites. Ball on the 45-yard line. Chieftains showing pressure. We'll see if they bring it. Easton Webb steps up to the line of scrimmage to change the play. We'll see if the Chieftains do the same. Keep an eye out for Dom Forbes here. Chieftains back out of the pressure look. They send a man in motion. He takes a snap. He looks right, trying to throw out to the flats, and he does, but he's going to be tackled short of the line to gain.
Wow, deja vu. We've got another 4th and short in the exact same spot on the field as the first drive for the Sandites, and again, they're going to go for it.
So it'll be 4th and 3 for the Sandites. Ball is going to be placed at the 47 or 48-yard line just across midfield. And that was good coverage downfield, Braden. Nobody open. They just dump it out in the flats. So here we go. 4th and 3 for the Chieftains, or for the Sandites. 2-back look. Webb takes a snap, drops back to pass, quick pass across the sideline, and it's caught.
That's his guy. It's a good route and a good throw.
Quick out route there to Forbes to pick up the first down. And the Sandites got a little bit of momentum going here on this drive as they get the ball down to the 44-yard line. Pretty good coverage there, just a really good throw and catch. Forbes last year had over 1,700 all-purpose yards as just a sophomore. He's close to the 1,000-yard mark this season. Sandites come out in the two-back look, 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Webb drops back to pass, looks left, got all day to throw. He does, and he's got a man open. It's Forbes again.
Yeah, just too much time in the pocket. Eventually somebody's going to come open, and that's a great throw from the opposite hash and a big gain.
So that moves the ball down to the 23-yard line. That was good for about 22 yards. It'll be 1st and 10. But this is where it gets tough, Braden. The Chieftain defense is really good in the red zone, only allowing 14 points a game all season long. Sandites come out in spread formation. They go hard count. Chieftains do a good job of not jumping. Keep an eye out for Deshaun Koch, playing defensive tackle right now. Webb takes a snap, drops back to pass, looks right, looks across the middle of the field, got all day to throw again, fires it to the end zone, got a man, but it's going to be
out of bounds.
It's going to be caught. They say he got a foot in.
I'd like to see the replay on that one.
So touchdown Sandites. As that's good for a 22-yard strike.
Maybe I was looking at the yellow line, Tanner.
We'll see here. It was close to being picked off.
Oh, yeah.
And he did get 2 feet in, so it is good.
Just a great play.
Because they'll come out to kick the extra point.
Sandites will answer.
Tanner Copeland, the kicker, and it's going to be good. So the Sandites take the lead, 7-6.
That could be a flag.
Here in the first quarter with 4 minutes and 29 seconds left to go. You're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa.
Welcome back. Sandites will answer, taking the lead 7-6 here over the Chieftains. And thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV, 99.9 FM ESPN Radio.
So Tanner Copeland will come out to kick it away for the Sandites as we got a battle here at Memorial Stadium. 100th meeting between these two teams. Tanner steps up to kick. It's an end-over-end kick, short. Going to be caught at the 32, fielded by Rylan Watson, who cuts it up the middle, gets across midfield, dragging tacklers down to the 45-yard line.
Good job by Rylan Watson. A lot of times you just see a fair catch there, but he's a good enough athlete to catch the football and get a nice gain and excellent field position for the Chieftain offense.
So that gets the ball to the 45 across midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chieftains as they scored on their opening drive. When Braddock's Broughton threw a touchdown pass to Jackson Stone on 4th and goal from the 6. Braddock's Broughton looked really good on that drive. We'll see if they try to establish the run game or keep pushing the ball deep. And the Chieftains will come out in 10 personnel. And a funky formation here for the Chieftains. And they shift out of it. They'll go to empty. 3 receivers to the field side. Braddock's the lone man in the pocket. And whistles are blowing here before the snap. Got a delay game on the Chieftains. Not the way you want to start out the drive, Braden.
It's interesting. You don't see that a lot after a kickoff.
It just took too long to get the shift into empty. So that'll back them up to the 50. 1st and 15 for the Chieftains. They'll stay in the empty formation. Sandites have 4 men along the line of scrimmage. Braddock takes a snap, looks right. It's going to be blown dead again. And we got a false start on the Chieftains, so now it'll be 1st and 20. And these are the type of penalties, Braden, you cannot have when you're trying to win a district title championship game. The Chieftains make some substitutions. Rylan Watson, Logan Mason into the game. At tight end, Levi Jensen, the tailback. It'll be 1st and 20. Ball's back across midfield on the other side, on the 45 now. And the Chieftains motion. Braddock takes snap, looks hand off Levi. He does, runs up the middle, met immediately.
Yeah,
no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 20 for the Chieftains. And Michael Bennett will check into the game for Levi. 4 minutes left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, keep an eye on number 4, Michael Bennett, running something out of the backfield, maybe a wheel route down the sideline. If he gets a matchup with a linebacker, that's one you would like.
Sandites run a lot of man coverage too, so you could get that look. We'll see what they decide to do here. Chieftains come out in spread formation. 2nd and 20. Braddock takes the snap. He looks left, goes to pass. It steps up in the pocket, and he does get rid of it. And Carter Mosquito's going to be cut down immediately. It's a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, it was a good tackle and good coverage.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 15 for the Chieftains. This drive's kind of stalled out to 3 penalties early on. We'll see what the Chieftains decide to do here. Michael Bennett still at tailback. And they'll come out and trips to the boundary. Jackson Stone, the lone man, to the field side. 3rd and 15. Braddock takes snap, looks to hand it off, play action. Takes a shot across the middle of the field. And it's going to be incomplete. I think he was actually trying to go to Dawson Goodland. But it was tipped earlier before it got to him.
That drive never really had a chance with the 2 penalties on 1st down. You start in 1st and 20. Tough to play from behind the chains like that.
So Sequoia Hall will come out to kick this ball away. It's 4th and 15 for the Chieftains. Alex Dudley, the returner, lined up on the 15-yard line for the Sandites. And the Chieftains are trying to get a man out on the field.
Yeah, I think.
But it looks like we'll probably get another delay of game here as the play clock is winding down to 0 seconds. And it will be a delay of game. So 4 penalties on this drive for the Chieftains. Really stalled out when they had good field position. And that'll back them up to the 45 in Chieftain territory. Logan Mason, the long snapper. Sequoia Hall, the punter. The snap's away. It's a good snap. It's a spiraling punt. It's going to be fielded by Alex Dudley at the 22-yard line. He cuts it out to the side of the field. He's got the sideline, gets across midfield, cross to the 45, and pushed out of bounds at the 42, but this is coming back.
Yeah, gonna be a block in the back here. Pretty clear block in the back. It wasn't necessary either.
And we've got another flag here. Looks like this might also be on the Sandites. We'll see what the officials elect to call. Hopefully these don't end up offsetting.
Yeah, that's excitement. I mean, he didn't need to block the Chieftain defender in the back and blocked him square in the back, and then I think we're going to have maybe a personal foul on the Sandites here as well.
The officials are sorting it out. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Sandites lead 7-6. Long discussion here amongst the officials.
Yeah, probably figuring out where the block in the back occurred, and then if there's a...
So we're about to get the call. Personal foul on the Sandites. And then unsportsmanlike conduct on the Sandites. So that'll back them up a long way. We'll see where they end up placing the ball. Tough break there for the Sandites, but the Chieftains desperately needed it. So that'll back the Sandites all the way inside the 20 at the 17-yard line, or 18-yard line in their own territory. Chieftains have to get off the field here because they were unable to force any pressure on Easton Webb in that last drive.
Yeah, it seems.
They come out in the trips bunch formation to the boundary. Webb takes a snap, looks to hand it off. He drops back to pass, looking to go deep. Got pressure on Sequoia Hall, and he throws it, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, good coverage there from the Chieftain secondary. Still not a lot of pressure, but great coverage down the field. I thought maybe we were going to get a hold up the middle, too.
It could have been called, but it wasn't. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Sandites. They were trying to go deep there on that 1st and 10, trying to get the ball to Dom Forbes, but good coverage there from the Chieftains. And they'll come out in the 2-back set. Dom Forbes, the lone man, to the boundary. And they send a man in motion. It's going to be a halfback toss to the outside. Birmingham has it, cuts it up the middle. He's got the first down. He's going to be upended by Dawson Goodland at the 33-yard line. So Tristan Birmingham will check out of the game for Chavez Williams. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sandites.
Yeah, Sandites really want to run the football with those quick tosses and test the Chieftains on the perimeter. We've seen them with the jet sweep and 2 toss plays.
So it's a 2-back set for the Sandites. So they motion a man over. Webb takes the snap. He looks left, takes a deep shot down the field, and he's got a man, and it's caught by Dom Forbes again. But we got a flag down here in the backfield.
It's gonna be pass interference on the Chieftains, so it'll be declined.
So that'll move the ball down to the 34-yard line inside of Chieftain territory off the deep pass from Easton Webb to Dom Forbes. Feels like the Chieftains really need to stop here as the Sandites are rolling on the last 2 drives. 2-back set for the Sandites. Chieftains showing pressure. They hand it off up the middle. He cuts to the outside, and he's going to be cut down by Michael Bennett. That's a 3-yard gain for the Sandites. That'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, good play by number 4, Michael Bennett. It looked like there was going to be a hole there, but he closes very quickly.
So in a rivalry game, you're going to have a lot of ups and downs, Braden. You got to maintain that. Stay in the game. Stay locked in. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Sandites as they come out in the same 2-back set. Webb takes a snap, looks to hand it off, pulls it. Play action pass. He hits Forbes again.
Yeah, that's a good catch. That was in a tight window. Just a really good throw.
So that'll be 1st and 10. The Sandites are inside the red zone. They hit the RPO slant there behind the Chieftains. Like you said, just a really good throw.
Yeah, it's 2 really good players in Easton Webb and Dom Forbes.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sandites. Spread formation. Ball in the 17. Webb sends a man in motion. He takes the snap, looks to hand it off. He does, up the middle. He's going to be met at about the 12-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Sandites. And that may get us to the second quarter as the clock's rolling inside of 20 seconds here. We'll see if they try to get another play off.
Yeah, might go hard count here and see if they get the Chieftains to jump and get a cheap first down.
It's a 2-back sit. They send the back out in the flats. They go hard count. Chieftains do a good job. Looks like they're going to take this to the second quarter. And they will. So the Sandites lead the Chieftains 7-6 here at the end of the first quarter. You're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa.
Welcome back. Sandknights are driving, leading the Chieftains 7-6.
The Sandknights come back out on the field to start the second quarter. So they've got all the momentum right now as they are at home in this rivalry game. The winner tonight will take the district title and the Highway 97 trophy back to Sapulpa, or it might stay here. We'll see, but hopefully it goes back to Sapulpa. The Sandknights come out in a two-back set. They motion a man in. Webb takes a snap. He looks left, tries to hit the halfback out of the backfield, and it's a good play broken up by the Chieftain defense. Almost had an opportunity to pick it off.
Yeah, it was a good play design from the Sandknights there. We see the Chieftains do that a lot, slip the back out of the backfield on the wheel route.
And Jackson Mills there on coverage, the inside backer. Great coverage there. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Sandknights as they've got the ball on the 12-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see what we get here from defense coordinator Braxton Waters. Typically likes to bring pressure in these situations.
They'll come out in a two-back set again. Williams the tailback. Webb takes a snap, looks left immediately, rolling out to his right, throws it, and it's going to be caught.
Touchdown.
It's going to be a touchdown for the Sandknights. It's a really good catch there by Dudley.
Yeah, it's a good throw, too.
So the Sandknights will take a 13-6 lead here with 11 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Tanner Copeland, the kicker. Easton Webb, the holder. The snap's away. It's a low snap. He picks it up, and it's good. So the Sandknights take a 14-6 lead here to start the second quarter. You're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa.
Welcome back, and again, thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV, 99.9 FM ESPN Radio. And we've got a rivalry game. The Sandknights lead the Chieftains 14-6, but as we know in games like this, it's really a game of runs. It's one big play, and the momentum can shift quickly.
Yeah, Braden, a lot of emotion to start off this game, obviously, between both teams. You got to settle into the game, and as you get into the second quarter and into the second half, that's when it really becomes separation time, and we'll see which team's able to separate here.
The Chieftains got to stay ahead of the chains on this drive. Can't get themselves in 1st and 20 again.
Right. Tanner Copeland out to kick this away for the Sandknights. Kicking left to right. He steps up, kicks it, end over end kick. Going to be caught by Carter Mosquito at the 25. He bounces out to the right side. Got good blocks, got a hole, cuts it up midfield, breaks a tackle, and gets it all the way down to the 48-yard line. Good return there for the Chieftains.
Yeah, we've seen really both teams have some success in the return game, and there might be a flag. Is there a flag, Tanner?
I believe there is a flag down, so this will probably come back. I don't think we've seen a kickoff tonight without flags. It's going to be a block and a back against the Chieftains.
Looks like it was hold.
So this will back them up. Just a lot of costly penalties to start this game. We'll see where they place it.
Yeah, Chieftains need to possess the football here, move the football down the field. Haven't been able to get anything going in the run game. That's going to be a key if the Chieftains want to have a chance to win tonight.
So they'll start on the 30. Deshaun Cochin at tailback.
Yeah, the physical back.
1st and 10 for the Chieftains. We'll see if they look to get Deshaun going. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off to Deshaun, cuts up the middle, runs through a defender, dragging defenders down, but doesn't get much. It looks like it's good for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Chieftains. I'd love to see Deshaun get going here on this drive. He averages over 8 yards a carry. And Levi will check back into the game at tailback. 2nd and 7 for the Chieftains. They come out with 2 tight ends in the pistol formation. Excuse me, 1 tight end. Braddock takes a snap. It looks like we got full start on the Chieftains.
Chieftains shooting themselves in the foot here.
Well, we haven't seen
really the pre-snap penalties, Tanner.
Yeah, you're right, and we haven't seen that the last few weeks. They've played pretty clean, but tonight on the road, it's got to be a clean game if you're going to get a win here in Sand Springs. So I'll back them up. It'll be 2nd and 15 or 2nd and 12. Braddock rolls out. He's got a man. Doesn't throw it. Now he does. It's going to be picked off. Trying to go to Logan Mason. Threw it behind him. And the Sandites will take over with good field possession. Ball will be at the 34.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I thought he was going to get that out quicker. Strung it out a little too long and threw it behind Logan Mason in the flat.
So keep an eye out for a trick play right here, Braden. The ball is on across the 40 in Chieftain territory. This is where Sand Springs likes to try a double pass. Some type of trickery here. We'll see if they take a shot or try something. So they'll come out in trips right. Really an empty formation. Forbes the lone man in the boundary. He takes a snap. Webb drops back, looks right. It's a quarterback draw, but he slips a tackle. And he gets a 6-yard gain. They had him at the line of scrimmage, but he broke a tackle. I'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Sandites.
Yeah, good play design there. It was blocked up nicely, and the shoestring tackle kept him from really getting a big gain there.
Ball on the 30. Sandites come out in the empty formation. Webb, the quarterback, sends a man in motion. He takes the snap, looks left, fires it immediately, and they got the first down. That's good for a 7-yard gain. That'll put the ball at the 22.
Now you get the eye candy up top with the receiver coming like he's going to go in the backfield and then coming back out, and it just sets up an easy hitch route for first down.
Williams will check into the game at tailback. Be 1st and 10 for the Sandites. Trips right again for the Sandites. They go hard count. And they'll look to the sideline for the play. Dom Forbes has been the go-to receiver for Easton Webb all season long, and he's having a good night tonight. Webb takes snap, hands it off up the middle, and that's good for about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, that RPO has kept the linebackers hanging tight, not as aggressive coming downhill as we normally see from Chieftain linebackers.
And they go quick here. Webb takes snap, looks handed off. He does, and he's met in the backfield by Deshaun Koch. No gain on the play.
Yeah, good play from Deshaun. He's just a really tough kid and makes a lot of plays, and not surprising to see him in the backfield blowing one up.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Sandites as Cam George will come back into the game. And this feels like a play, Braden, where you've got to make something happen here. Coming off the turnover. Keep an eye out for Messiah Fielder, the lone man at the top with Dom Forbes. Looks like they're going to push a safety over the top. 2-back set for the Sandites, 3rd and 5. He takes a snap. It's a halfback toss to the outside. He's going to be tackled short of the line to gain. Looks like he may have got 2 yards there. That'll bring up a 4th and 3.
Yeah, I thought we might see a hold on the outside there.
Well, I saw it. You saw it. Everybody saw it except the official. So it'll be 4th and 3 for the Sandites. Big play here for the Chieftains.
Yeah, here come. Might see a hard count here. Try to get a cheap one.
They come out in a tight set in the pistol formation. Webb takes a snap, drops back to pass. He's got pressure immediately. He's going to be. He fumbles.
Oh no!
He fumbles. The offensive lineman picks it up and almost Was able to return it for a first down, but good tackle there from, I think it was McKinney.
Yeah, the ball bounced perfectly for him. Wish that would have bounced to a Chieftain defender and had a chance to run the other direction. It bounces right to the Sandites. I believe that was an offensive lineman. Got a chance to run with the football and made it interesting.
Sequoia Hall made the tackle on that play to save them from picking up the first down. Michael Bennett was there on the initial pressure, forced Easton Webb to fumble it. And that's a big stop there for the Chieftain defense as they get the ball back to the offense. Chieftains trail 14-6 here with 7 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And they'll start with the ball on the 19-yard line. Levi into the game at tailback. Braddock takes a snap, looks to hand it off to Levi. Does. It's counter. He bounces outside, gets across 20, got blocks out in front of him.
Good run there.
And that's a good hard run. Looks like he got 9 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and 1 for the Chieftains. And this is the drive, Braden, where the Chieftains usually get things going as they wear the defensive line down in the run game. We'll see if they're able to do that here. They come out in a 2 tight end set. Levi into the game at tailback. Braddock takes snap, looks hand off. Levi does. Cuts it up. He's got the first down.
Good cut and run there.
It's good for a 4-yard gain. So that'll move the chains for the Chieftains. Ball will be placed at the 32.
Yeah, it's critical that the Chieftains be able to run the football and possess it for a little bit. Give some of those defensive players a rest who have taken a lot of snaps here in the first half, Tanner.
And they'll come out in trips right to the boundary. So they'll go back to 10 personnel. Levi, the tailback. They send a man in motion. Braddock takes snap, drops back, looks right, steps up in the pocket, got pressure, and he's going to be sacked.
You know, he had Landon Barber wide open down here on a hitch route.
Well, it was pretty good protection initially, and the pocket collapsed late. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 17 for the Chieftains.
Yeah. Landon would have been wide open just for a quick, easy completion for 7 or 8 yards.
So the Chieftains make some substitutions. Jackson Stone back into the game, along with Logan Mason.
This is where it gets tough when you're behind the chains and kind of become one-dimensional.
Braddock takes snap, looks hand off to Levi. He does, looking for a place to go, nowhere to go. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 3rd and 16 for the Chieftains. Tough to play from behind the chains.
Yeah, the receiving back, number 4, Michael Bennett, into the game.
And it'll be 3rd and 16 for the Chieftains. Ball on the 31-yard line. Or 26-yard line. They come out in empty formation. Looks like the Sandites are bringing pressure here. And they drop back. Braddock's met immediately with pressure. Tries to get the ball to Jackson Stone. He does. It's caught. But it's going to be way short of the line to gain. That'll bring up a 4th and 10 for the Chieftains.
Yeah, so had some protection issues on that drive. And once again, getting behind the chains and putting yourself in a really tough spot.
So Sequoia Hall will come out to kick this away. The returner for the Sandites is Alex Dudley as the Chieftains trail the Sandites 14-6 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Sequoia, he may try to kick this towards the sideline.
Logan Mason, the long snapper. Snaps away. It's a good snap. Sequoia steps up to kick it. It's an end-over-end kick, high kick. Caught at the 32 by Alex Dudley, who gets about 7 yards. He's going to be met by a host of Chieftains at the 42.
That was a really good kick. Really took a while for the Chieftain punt defense to get down there.
Yeah, really high kick. So the Sandites will start out on the 42-yard line as they found some success offensively with Easton Webb and Forbes connecting on some passes that, Braden, it's really been pretty good coverage from the Chieftains. Just, unable to make the play. And I'd like to see them, get some more pressure on the quarterback. I know we've dropped, 7 or 8 guys a lot but when Easton has time to throw the ball, he usually makes really good decisions.
Yeah, part of that is just some of the quick throws over the middle have maybe made defense coordinator Braxton Waters dial back that pressure a little more than he would like. Easton, very talented, the Sand Springs quarterback, at getting rid of the ball quickly and getting the ball out to his receivers, who are somehow always in the right spot.
We did have a media timeout on the field, so the Chieftains will take all the timeouts they can get tonight with this game being obviously a really emotional game. It's a rivalry game, district title championship on the line. And they'll look to catch some wind here and come out for this drive as the Sandites will take over on the 42. It'll be 1st and 10. And they come out in the two-back set, Birmingham the tailback, alongside Webb. He's in a man in motion. Webb takes snap, drops back to pass. He's looking for Forbes immediately. He takes a shot down the field. He's got him.
Good throw.
And it's caught. It's going to be a touchdown for the Sandites. 58-yard touchdown pass from Easton Webb to Forbes. And that's just too easy, Braden.
Yeah, it's just good protection and a deep throw down the field to a really talented receiver. And
well, if you're going to keep a safety over the top of him,
you got to stay over the top.
You got to stay over the top. So the Sandites take a 20-6 lead here over the Chieftains. And they'll come out in a swinging gate formation for the extra point. And they'll motion everybody back in. Tanner Copeland, the kicker. So he looks to make this a 21-6 ball game. Snaps away, low snap. Kick's good. So the Sandites take a 21-6 lead over the Chieftains with 4 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. You're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football, 99.9 FM, ESPN Tulsa.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV, 99.9 FM ESPN Radio for the Highway 97 Rivalry and District Championship here. Sandites will take the early lead, 21-6. 4 minutes here left to play in the first half. A lot of football left.
Yeah, you're right, Braden. Chieftains need to go answer here. Just get back in this game and settle in a little bit. Tanner Copeland, the kicker, he steps up to kick. It's going to be a short kick, fielded by Carter Mosquito at the 35, and he's immediately tackled. Chiefs will take over from the 35. So, Braden, you said it. I mean, they just got to get back in the game. Put a drive together here. We knew this wasn't going to be easy. Two undefeated teams left. The only two undefeated teams left in 6A2. A lot of people have the Sandites picked to win the state championship this year. As the Chieftains will come back out on the field. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35. Levi, the tailback.
Chieftains are going to need to look to press the ball down the field here, I think, Tanner.
Braddock's in the gun. Takes the snap. Looks left. Throws it across the middle of the field. Caught by Jackson Stone. He's across midfield. Trying to get outside. He does. He's got a blocker. He's down to the 40. Down to the 35. Dancing around and tackled at the 33-yard line.
That's just a great catch and good run after the catch from the senior. Number 1, Jackson Stone, has had a couple of big catches, here in the first half, and that's a big one.
That's exactly what the Chieftains needed there. Great throw and catch from Braddock's to Jackson Stone. That'll move the ball to the 34. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Chieftains. When Braddock's has time, Braden, he makes really good decisions with the ball. Just had a lot of pressure early on tonight.
Yeah, there was pressure up the middle on that throw, too. Maybe led to it being a little bit high.
Two-back set for the Chieftains. They hand it off to Levi. He looks up the middle. And he gets about 1.5 yards. This will bring up 2nd and 8 for the Chieftains. Chieftains have not had much success in the run game.
Yeah, the success they have had has been on those counters.
Getting big number 65, Camden George, out there to make a block.
Michael Bennett back into the game at tailback. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Chieftains. 3 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Chieftains trailing 21-6. They come out in spread formation. Braddock takes the snap. He drops back. He looks right. Got plenty of time. Rolls out of the pocket to his right. Looking down the field. Throws it back across the middle of the field and it's dropped it. It was almost picked off. Dangerous throw there.
Yeah, not a great throw from Braddock there. Maybe left the pocket a little soon.
It was good protection from the O-line. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Chieftains in what feels like it's definitely 2-down territory. They're trying to claw their way back into this game. And a score here, Braden, is crucial to get back in this game and not let it get out of hand. The Chieftains come out in a trips left formation. Michael Bennett the tailback. Look for that swing pass to Michael here. Braddock takes snap. He does. Throws it to Michael, and it's right through his hands. Incomplete.
He wasn't going to get the first down, but he was going to get a little bit of yardage and make this 4th down a little bit more manageable. You had it right. They had Michael Bennett in the flat, and then they also had the mesh route with 2 receivers. And I think either one of them were open too.
So it'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Chieftains. Ball on the 33.
It's a big play here.
Big play here for the district title championship.
Sandites will show pressure.
Braddock takes snap, drops back, takes a shot down the field.
Oh, pass interference.
Pass interference. So that'll move the chains for the Chieftains.
An easy call there. As he was all over him, or he was going to be burned. I see somebody signaling uncatchable. Of course it was uncatchable. He was getting mauled.
So that'll move the chains for the Chieftains to get them inside the red zone. Ball should be placed around the 18. And it is. So inside the red zone for the 2nd time tonight.
And that's really where the Chieftains have the advantage, is with these receivers on the perimeter, the athletes that they have. And if you're going to get man coverage, you like your chances there, if the protection is good.
So 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the second quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chieftains in the red zone. 2-back set, Levi into the game at tailback. Braddock takes a snap, looks to hand it off. He cuts it to the outside, cuts it back up, breaks a tackle. But it looks like he may have got a hard-fought 1-yard gain.
Yeah, clock's running, but Chieftains are all right with that here. Would like this to be the last drive of the half and end with a touchdown.
It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Chieftains. And the clock is rolling, and you're right, Braden. You want to possess this time. You don't want to give the Sandites too much time here.
Yeah, and Chieftains will get the football when we come back in the second half as well. So a score here would be huge.
2-back set. Braddock takes snap, looks to hand it off. He does. Levi cuts it up the middle, and it looks like he got maybe 2 yards there. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Chieftains. 3rd and 7.
Oh, that was not necessary. And it was just a little push.
Yeah, tell me, Braden, I didn't see it. We've got 2 flags down, so maybe offsetting.
Just a Sandite player and a Chieftain player get tangled up a little bit, and it continues a little bit after the play, and a light shove draws a flag. Very light shove. But it was obvious, so the flag gets called, and that one's going to get called 9 times out of 10.
Another costly penalty. Really been the story tonight for the Chieftain offense. And that'll back them up all the way to the 30. Those are the penalties you cannot have when you're playing in a big game against a good team.
Yeah, number 1, Jackson Stone into the game here. He's going to be the lone receiver at the bottom to Braddock's left.
Trips right formation for the Chieftains. Sandites showing pressure. Braddock takes the snap, drops back. Being sacked. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. 7-yard loss there. And that'll bring up a 4th and really long for the Chieftains as the Sandites go ahead and take a timeout, as they'll look to keep as much time on that clock as they can. Try to go score again. But just costly penalties, Braden. We talk about it every week. It was a problem early on in the season. We haven't seen that the last few weeks. But these penalties, when you're playing a really good team, it's hard to win.
You can't beat yourself. So I think we'll probably get the Chieftains to see them punt the ball away here, because I don't think they have much of a choice.
And they will get the ball back to start the second half. Obviously, you need the defense to come up big here and keep this a 2-possession game. The Sandites took a timeout. 1:22 left to go here in the second quarter. Sandites lead 21-6. Thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. And it looks like the Chieftains are going to go for it.
I wonder if Braddock's is going to step back and pooch this. No?
Empty formation for the Chieftains. Braddock takes snap, drops back to pass. Immediately met with pressure. He's going to be sacked again.
Yes.
Sacked again.
Sacked almost immediately.
Well, they keep running a twist with the
it's-
defensive end, and the Chieftains just have no answer for it. So that'll give the Sandites good field position. Interesting call to go for it there. 1:17 left to go here in the first half. And they'll get the ball on the 47-yard line.
Yeah, now they're thinking touchdown here.
Looks like they'll come out with trips to the boundary. Birmingham into the game at tailback. Webb takes the snap, he drops back to pass, takes a deep shot down the field to the back. It's going to be picked off by Dawson Goodland.
Good job.
He's
by
got
Dawson.
it at the 20, 25. He's got blockers out in front. Gets across to the 40. He's going to be tackled at the 41.
Yeah,
Really good play there from the Chieftain defense.
That was a great play by Dawson, getting over the top of that. It was just a great play design to get the back out of the backfield and up the seam. But Dawson, the safety, plays it perfectly and picks it off.
They desperately needed that turnover there. And now they got another opportunity to go score with 1:04 left. But I think it's just got to be quick, as the Sandites are getting tons of pressure.
Yeah, like you mentioned, really having trouble with the twisting from the Sandite defensive line, causing confusion.
Michael Bennett in the game at tailback alongside Braddock as they'll take over on the 41-yard line. 1:04 left to go here in the first half, trailing 21-6.
I wonder if you see the Chieftains try to set up a screen at some point.
Braddock drops back to pass. He's got a lot of time. He just has to get rid of it. Nobody open. And that's kind of been the story when there's been time.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been anybody open. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Chieftains.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them try to slip Michael on a screen here, especially if they're going to be twisting off the edge there.
So Logan Mason checks into the game, a tight end. Chieftains showing the pistol look. Braddock takes a snap, looks to hand it off to Michael, and he does. Trying to get to the outside. He breaks the tackle and gets maybe to the 47-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. Clock's rolling. Inside of 45 seconds here. Chieftains got to go fast.
Yeah, they may be content with just taking this to halftime, regrouping.
Chieftains have 2 timeouts if they're able to pick up this first down. They send a man in motion. Clock inside 30 seconds. Braddock takes the snap, drops back. Plenty of time. hits Landon Barber. It's good for a first down.
Yeah, it's a really good catch.
And Chieftains will take a timeout.
That's a really good catch from number 2, Landon Barber. Stepped up and played well. Didn't play a lot early in the year, but has kind of earned his way into the rotation. And I think we'll get a timeout here.
A timeout for the Chieftains. 19 seconds left to go here in this first half. They're trailing 21-6. And now to speak on Landon Barber, just a sophomore, didn't play football until this year. And, man, what a talented kid and a big asset for this offense he's been this year.
Yeah, and he's a physical route runner. He blocks well. We've seen him on punt be really good. I mean, at some point, defense coordinator Braxton Waters is going to be wondering, hey, can I get this guy on this side of the ball too?
Yeah, he had a big hit last week on punt team. It was half a second early, and it ended up being a penalty. But when you see that kind of physicality as a defense coordinator, you got to be like, hey.
Yeah, it doesn't fall into the stigma of being a basketball player. He's very physical. Could play, it's kind of like if you had anyone from the Thunder out there,
So with that completion, it did get the ball across midfield to the 46. 19 seconds left to go. The Chieftains have, I believe, one timeout remaining. I think they switched that wrong on the scoreboard. 1st and 10. We'll see if they try to take a shot here or maybe some type of double pass. Braddock takes the snap, drops back, looks down the field, takes a shot down the field to Jackson Stone, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, good coverage there. Good, lot of antics there. Good coverage.
Alex Dudley broke up that pass. They're trying to get the ball to Jackson Stone. It'll be 2nd and 10, 13 seconds left to go here in the first half. Kind of a tough spot here for the Chieftains. You don't want to do anything that costs you here going into halftime. You do get the ball back after half, so we'll see what they decide to do here. Spread formation for the Chieftains. Levi into the game at tailback. Braddock takes the snap, and the play's blown dead immediately. We'll see.
Oh, another delay of game. Wow.
Well, I'd love to see the penalty count tonight. I know there's
significant.
been a lot. So 12 and a half seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Spread formation for the Chieftains. Ball back across midfield on the 49. Braddock takes the snap, drops back, steps up in the pocket, throws it across the field to Landon Barber. It's caught. He's got to get out of bounds.
Yeah, good job by Landon Barber. That might be...
So he's going to get out of bounds at the 32.
I thought he might get 15 extra there.
3 seconds left to go here in the first half. The Chieftains have one more opportunity at a shot to the end zone, and the Chieftains are going to take a timeout to talk about it. So we'll step aside real quick here. You're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football, 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. Welcome back. 3 seconds left to go here in the first half of a district title championship game of this Highway 97 rivalry. And Sand Springs is going to go to the prevent defense here. Ball's on the 29-yard line, 28-yard line. Braddock takes snap. He drops back. He's got pressure immediately, and he's going to be, he fumbles. Sandites pick it up, but he's tackled immediately. Well, that'll get us to half. So it'll be halftime here at Memorial Stadium. The Sandites leading 21-6. And, Braden, the Chieftains do get the ball back to start the second half. Obviously, going to be an important drive when we come back here in 20 minutes. But what are some things that the Chieftains can do to get back in this ball game and, make this a one-possession game on that opening drive?
Well, I think it's really pretty simple. Two things. One, you can't get behind the chains. You can't have pre-snap penalties. And then two, you've got to protect for Braddock's Broughton and give him a chance to be comfortable back there and deliver the ball down the field. Because when that's been the case, we've had some receivers run open and make some big plays. We had the big play on the first play from scrimmage, and that's going to be the key. I don't know if we're really going to get the run game where we're able to consistently run it. But it's got to be something, and we've seen them have a little bit of success with the counter look, try to hit some stuff on the perimeter maybe in the second half, and that's going to be vital for the Chieftains to get back in this ball game. Absolutely. So Sandite lead at halftime, 21-6. You're listening to Sapulpa Chieftain Football on AM 1550 and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa.